Well, I'm here in a matter again. I'm in the process of pulling the fenders off. And once I get the fenders off all the way around, I've got basically all the bolts, and I'll show that to you possibly when it gets separated. But I'm going to be pulling the fenders off, and then I'll be lifting the body up off of the frame. I'll be letting the frame weigh down. And Lord willing, I might even put it on my dollies, be able to roll one or the other out of the way so that I'll be able to work on them. The floor pans, as you've already seen, are rusted really badly. I broke most of the bolts taking it apart. And just a little something. I know I'm always buying tools. There we go. These were on sale, Canadian or Princess Auto, like $11. And so I got two of them. They're rechargeables, and sure enough, I forgot one on, so I got another one. And I love that they're magnetic and they stick really well. This is a red-handled Robertson, but it looks stripped out really bad, so I think I'm going to drill them out. A guy could sit and fight all day, or you just get out and get it done. right, I got that bucket open. See, there's a bit of dirt that I got into there. The little plug was popped up at the bottom. But you notice when I snipped the pigtail off, I actually snipped it off. I left a little bit of the wire from the pigtail in each one of the couplers, because that way I'll know where the wire is supposed to go. I'm assuming they were done right before. I don't know, but I'm assuming. So anyway, now we're back to trying to figure out how to get this up. They got multiple different sizes, and yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is just move forward on this. Well, another day gone. Just wanted to go over a couple of things. I do have the front fender pulled off, and something kind of cool is that you can see how these nuts are welded in. That's how the thing is. And this one popped out, but that was the only nut that popped out. And so that's not bad. There is a little bit of rust, but if you remember on the front of the other one, the huge gaping rust holes I had here, and this one seems to be relatively intact. Again, the fiberglass down there masking over some. Now I'll get that off in a bit. Rear fender's off, and this has a torsion bar right here, and so I've removed the torsion bar, the nut, so that'll separate. That comes off, and the nut in here, the bolt that would go through and into here, I actually had to grind that off because it would not let go, and I stripped it around, so I ground it off. And so I'll have to drill and tap that out. Just a little bit of oil, yeah. It's leaking a bit. I still have to get that torsion bar let go. And you can see there, it looks like quite a bit more rust in here. And so I'll be doing that. And this is all fiberglass here, so I'll be taking all the fiberglass off and replacing it with metal. You can see a little bit of rust up here and rust in there, and so I'll clean that all out. I don't think it's as bad as what it appears. And if you remember how grossly rusted my other ones were, where the bumper connects, and this one is actually in really, really good shape. I actually replaced this entire piece on the other Beetle, and so this is looking good there. But there's definitely rust there. I mean, where the other one was good and this one's bad is in the floor pan. So I'd probably prefer to have the way the other one was compared to this. But you know what? I'm up for the challenge. And so that's not so bad. And so I am going to be doing some work on the task tonight is to clean all of this up, because I want to separate the top from the bottom, and so I'll need to move it over to there. So it won't take that long. I'll get that all taken care of and clean that up, and then we'll I think I'm going to make a little bit of a wooden bridge for in there to sort of a 2x6 that goes across and then down, another one down. And so it'll be hooked up in such a way that it shouldn't slide in either direction. And I'll be able to put my picker right there underneath it and go and lift that up in the air. And also I'll be allowing that to drop further down to the ground. And the big thing is I need to have enough clearance to clear the gear shift as well as the motor. Now, that doesn't mean I can't tip the body up like this a little bit, and so it tips up higher at the back to clear the motor or some of those things. So, well, those are all tasks in hand. Now, many people will pull the motor first, but like I had said earlier, I really wanted to keep the motor kind of intact on it so I could do a bunch of compression tests, oil pressure checks, and just do a more of a closer up on it when it's still in the motor or still in the frame. And then after that, I will pull it out and it will likely get a rebuild. So anyway, you notice on this side that this must have been rusted out because they rebuilt this. And this is also where it's so terribly rusty there. So they sell this panel here, or I'll just weld something in there. Again, there, I think I've shown a lot of this before. So in that right there, that's the exhaust for this heater. Pretty cool, huh? Well, now we're gonna have a phone call and 10 minutes of work. And we've got this looking, so that's the hoist I'll be using to try to pick this up and hopefully set it right there. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it today. We're running out of time. But that's okay. Well, that was a pretty good afternoon's work. I was quite happy to get the fenders off. The fenders came off relatively easily. I remember on the other Beetle, I had to actually grind a bunch of them off. And so that was less than desirable. These ones came off with relative ease. A lot of the nuts that are supposed to be stuck inside the body were still there. They were still intact when they got it apart. And that's a real bonus. That means that there's quite a bit of integrity left in the body that's there. Now, there's going to be a lot of body work I'm going to have to do, but after the other one, I'm feeling a lot more confident and comfortable with what I'm going to have to do next. The very next thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to be hooking up that hoist and hooking it up to the body and getting all the nuts out. And as I had shared in an earlier video, I really wish I could have got a video of taking those nuts off the bottom, because it was an exercise in futility. It really was amazing at how many stripped out, how many spun the nuts free, the number of ones I had to grind off. You could tell that that heater channel is pretty rusted. I have not ordered new ones yet, but I will very soon. But my bigger task right now is to be able to separate the body. I want to kind of take you with me in that journey. I'll be hooking up. Right now, all the nuts are off. Everything is ready to let go, I think. There's no doubt I'm going to have some wires that are going to be still stuck on, stuff like that. I think I have it all, but that doesn't mean I do. I know from previous experience that I tend to forget things, or I get a little bit ahead of myself. So we will be looking at, as I get things apart, to see what it takes to put it all back together. But yeah, I ordered the parts for the pans, and they came, and so I'm kind of anxious to unpackage them and to see if they're going to fit. So I'll take you along with that ride too, and you can see as I unpackage them, and we'll start test fitting them after I get. I'll probably do just one side at a time, and remove one pan, fully clean it up, get it all looking good, and then weld it in, and then I'll remove the other pan and do the same thing and see how that happens. So anyway, thanks for coming along with the journey. Always a pleasure to be getting and cranking a few of these videos out. Have yourself a great day. And again, like and subscribe. Absolutely, like and subscribe. Invite your friends to like and subscribe. I heard just the other day that a buddy of mine, Gary, was encouraging all of his friends to watch the video, and that just always makes my day. It's nothing special. I'm not looking for thousands or tens of thousands of followers. I just kind of, I'm more of a, I'm more of a guy that enjoys just a few good friends rather than a whole mob. So yeah, for sure, like and subscribe, and follow along. If you have any suggestions, I'm wide open to that and would love to connect with you. So again, leave your comment. I try to respond to every single comment and engage with you in that way. So have yourself a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.